Hello everyone. This is basically a video on method 2, basically doing a word count, adding values into a dictionary object in Python. I did a first video on the if and else using an example. This one's actually using the get function. Key components of the get function will be to one, if it accepts the key value as an argument and checks if the key exists or not. If the key exists, then it returns the value of the key. If it does not exist, it will return the default value, which happens to be none. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Now, if you notice, let me run through the code one more time. In this case, just in case somebody's just wanting to see the example of the get function to add a value to a dictionary item. Uh, First off, I started off with the premise of doing a word count on a string. So the item here is to post some text and to basically parse it and to go through everything and to count how many words are in the text. Also, I wanted to remove a few unwanted points. So the points that I want to remove is a comma, exclamation mark, and a question mark. So if you notice, this is the base code that I have running. I mean, this is actually the whole code in this instance, and I'll walk through. It starts off with a string. Format text is a string of characters, and I want to clean it. And so first thing I do is I create an array of items that I want to remove from the string, and I loop through it using the replace function and replacing each item that I find with an empty string, and then converting the item into lower and putting it back into the variable. And if you notice, it's still type string. And then the next part is to start converting it into a list. So so I use the split function for that. So once the split function is utilized, you notice there's a list of items. They're all separated, and there are duplicates here. And so to remove the duplicates, I then convert it into a set, and I use the set function to remove the duplicates. So here the items are, this is a set and class set, apples, bananas, like, and so forth. And then now I'm ready to convert it into a dictionary. And so I'm using the from keys because there's no values. And to create a dictionary, you got to have a name and a value. And so, or index and a value. And so the key is all the items that are in the split. So basically it's the I, apples, bananas, like, and I want to do a count. Now right here, because this is basically just initializing the dictionary, so it's going to create a zero value here. So if you look at the first item here, it's like I is equal to 0, apples 0, bananas zeros, etc., etc. So it's pretty much just an initialization of the dictionary items. So you're creating a dictionary object and doing this. Now, if you just want to create one item, and that's what the code I have here, the code is much simpler than the if and else that I did in method 1. Basically, the get function, you obviously pass in a key, and then I'm just incrementing it by 1, and it's going to add that to the value of the dictionary. So if you notice here, uh, the dictionary is printed off and it has apples, which is the key that I was looking for here, and incremented by 1 from the 0 that we have here. And that's method 2. Now, that again is good for doing a single character, but I want to do multiple. I want to do the whole array, the whole list, or the whole items. And so what I do next is put these items into a loop. So here I'm printing the dictionary again, and I'm putting the key, the full list. So this is the list of items that I'm putting in from above here. So this is all these items right here that I'm gonna mark through, run through the list. I'm using the get, incrementing it by 1, and it's going to print out the final list. And as you can see, there's 1 eyes, 2 bananas, 1 likes, 3 ands, and 2 apples. And the code's much cleaner, and it's utilizing that item.